Climate change is making our weather more unpredictable, and that has certainly been evident this winter. Not much snow and not much cold may be good for drivers and heating bills, but it's a problem for some of our favorite winter traditions. In South Bristol, where 207's Don Kerrigan lives, that tradition is harvesting ice. He says as of right now, the annual ice harvest is still on. Last year he attended the annual ice harvest and saw what makes it special.
The clothing and the colors may have changed, and at least one tool has an engine. But aside from that, harvesting ice on the Thompson Ice Pond hasn't changed much in more than a century. The ancient power saw cuts the long grooves to line up the rows, then makes the cross cuts to mark off the ice blocks. The rest is all by hand. They finish the cuts, chisels break the blocks free, then they're floated down to the ice house.
My dad came up and helped on the ice harvest, so we started coming up with him and helping on the pond.
Ken Lincoln learned the harvesting here as a kid, and his younger brother soon followed.
Standing out here pushing the ice blocks all day for, I think I made $15 or $20 for the day.
It was big then, huh?
Yeah, it was good for a 10-year-old kid.
Now the Lincoln brothers are the ones who oversee the annual harvest for the Thompson Ice House Museum. In years when there is enough ice, Harvest Day attracts crowds of kids and parents to collect the frozen bounty and to recall a time when this ice was vital for local fishermen to get their catch to market. Back in the 1800s, ice was an important industry for Maine, and many farmers and towns would harvest ice themselves to preserve food. Nowadays, this harvest is about preserving tradition, although Ken Lincoln says people do still use this ice.
Sailboats love it. They'll call up and want a block to go sailing for 3 or 4 days, because this ice will last 3 times longer than man-made ice.
So chop it up, put it in a cooler.
Put it in the cooler and go for a sail. And then in the fall, the moose hunters and the bear hunters, if we have any left, they finish it off.
People are fascinated by this chunk of our state's past, and the Lincoln brothers may have become Maine's best-known ice harvesters. Last year, they were asked to take some of the old tools to the school in Manchester to show kids there how ice was once harvested on their ponds. There are some sporting camps up north that still harvest ice, but this pond is one of the very few places left where the legacy is saved and practiced. Why have you wanted to continue being part of this, other than family?
I do it because he wants me to. I like to see the kids do it. It's kind of fun.
Yeah.
The kids, people like it. It's something different.
The museum intends to keep it going, and the latest young generation of the Lincoln family is learning. Are you going to take over from them when they decide they're too tired to do it?
Probably.
You what?
I said he better.
On this little pond, history and family tradition never melt away.
So where do things stand this month? Well, the most recent report is that the pond has 7 inches of ice, and that should be enough to have the harvest this Sunday as usual. That's good for the museum because it has a national public television crew coming to record the whole thing for a documentary. The Thompson Ice House harvest starts Sunday morning at the Ice House on Route 129 in South Bristol.